All right, well, welcome back to the stream. We're going to continue on our tournament prep for the Planetary qualifier in Sydney this weekend. I had a poll on my YouTube. So the poll was which deck to play, and the crowd voted, and it was Ackbar Data Vault. So I have Ackbar Data Vault here loaded. I already have a day one buy, so I am just playing for the memes this weekend. So here's the list. It's very similar to the original PQ winner for Ackbar, with the addition of Bamboozle in there. Hey Nathaniel, let's see some. I assume you mean Ackbar. Let's see some Ackbar. Anakin chain piloting attacks. Yes, we didn't get any Anakin chain attacks yesterday. I have dropped one Anakin from the list. I think 3 was a bit over much, and substituted a Bamboozle in. So let's see how it goes. We went 10-0 last night. I think that was a little bit on the lucky side, but yeah, let's see how we go. All right, so Ackbar Data Vault, and we want to go Premier Casual and find a game. So what have we got? Bo-Katan Colossus. Okay, that's a combination you don't see that often. So it's not a bad start because we've got 2 first drops. We've got the shuttle, and then we've got the squadron. So I am going to keep that one. With Ackbar, you're looking for 2 2-drops, ideally. We play an abundance of 2 drops. You can see 4, 10, 15, 16, 17, 18. All right, so I'm going to play the V-Wing. I want to play something with a little bit more health in case he has something like a daring raid. All right, so let's claim. We've got the skirmisher. I think we'll get rid of the skirmisher. I think Kira's pretty good in this matchup as well. So we'll start by exhausting our V-Wing and creating an X-Wing. Right, he's going to upgrade, and now we can play our A-Wing. All right, so we'll claim, and then we'll just take, with the Sanctioner shuttle, we will take the Housecast soldier here. All right, Grogu is not great this late in the game. All right, I'm going to straight away take the soldier. Then I'll attack with the A-Wing because he's going to ping it with Bo's ability. And then we'll tap one of our X-Wings. May the Ackbar streak continue. Yes, I am on a heater at the moment. 10-0 yesterday. We're going for number 11. All right, so he got his soldier back. I think we just claim here. We'll start with the blue squadron to kill the 3-3 and continue to build our fleet up. All right, so that's a really good draw that we've got another squadron as well. We'll start off by shooting the Mandalorian warrior there. Looks like he's going to be heavy on the ground. Mandalorian armor. Okay. All right, let's exhaust one of our X-Wings. Let's hit in for 2. And hit in for 2 again. So at the moment, we're hitting for 11 and he's hitting for 3. So we're in pretty good shape. The lay is very good here as well. Try and use our sideboard tonight. So if there's any best of 3 matches going, I will try and join them. So he's attacked us first. So let's attack with this damaged X-Wing. Let's keep chipping away here. Let's see what he does with bow. I'm tempted to let him play like a dark saber or something on here. If we play a squadron, we're only going to do 5 damage. So I'm just going to hit with an X-Wing. Let's see what he does here. Right, he's shot our X-Wing. All right, well, I'm going to now exhaust that X-Wing. We've got Ackbar coming out this turn. All right, so the Mandalorian came out. So we're probably misplayed there. Instead of exhausting, we probably should have played Kira. But I think it works out okay anyway. So we'll hit the blue squadron into the Mandalorian for 6. We'll put Ackbar out, and we will tap our own guy to create another X-Wing. So we have quite a big fleet already. Colossus does not seem a good choice for Bo-Katan, correct? Like, the Colossus is good if you've got card draw. I haven't seen any card draw for him. So if he comes against a Quinlan or something like that, it's a wrap. All right, let's get rid of the Bright Hope. Your Raid 10 win stream was huge as well. Inspiration to me. Love the chill approach. Thank you for the content. Yep, thanks, Nathaniel. Yeah, the Ray is such a good deck. Like, if I was really try-harding for the weekend, I would be on Ray, not this deck. All right, so we're going to tap Bo-Katan here. We'll hit into base. We'll tap Bo-Katan. So Katie Sackhoff was meant to come to Supernova, I think, in a couple of weeks' time here in Sydney, but she cancelled again for like the 4th time. So I remember her being in, was it Battlestar Galactica? She was Starbuck. That's how I remember her, the actress, rather than Star Wars. All right, let's play Kira here. I'm interested to see what he's got in his... Yeah, so he's got an open fire and a rivals. So let's just say that rivals. How much damage we got on the board here? We've got 10, 16, so that'll be enough. Yeah, yeah, she's cancelled like 4 or 5 times now. Like, it's... Yeah, I don't know why they keep booking her at this stage. All right, so we start off with a 1-0. So that's our 11th win in a row. So let's throw the score up. Oh, that's our score from yesterday. I have looked at... I am testing Ysera's new build. He's testing out the wing security guards, which are something I had in my Yoda deck. So they're quite a fun card, and I think they'll actually be quite relevant next set. So these wing security guard security team in the 6th slot in the Ray deck. So give a shield token to each of the 2 fringe units. So Ray's fringe, Village Protectors are fringe, Tech's fringe, Moisture Farmers are fringe. So there's quite a lot. So testing that in Ray at the moment. Mando decks are always slow. There isn't enough of them. Yeah. If I was playing Bo, I would probably opt for Bo red, like double red, and use the aggressions and try and, really push the damage. Maybe even use Tarkin Town. I had a friend when we went down to the first Melbourne PQ. All right, we got a Sabine ECL, so this will be an interesting test for Ackbar. All right, we've got our two drops. He went down with his Bo-Katan deck. He had a wig on and that as well, and yeah, had a good time. And I think he finished... It was a 7 rounds. I think he finished 4-3, so he's pretty happy with that. Would you like to mulligan? No. So we're going to get rid of two sides and get rid of, I don't think wedge is too good, but then I don't know if Han is too late. Let's get rid of wedge. All right, let's start with Padme. Having the Sundari Peacekeeper be the only Green Mando unit is a baller, yeah. Well, lucky you've got the new, it's a new creature that makes all your units a Mandalorian. That seems pretty cool. Darksaber is green, but I know it's the wrong color by letting you ignore the color. Yeah, yeah. Wingard has been much better than Cargo Juggernaut. Yeah, Nathaniel. Yeah, so talking to you, Sarah, he had like a stream earlier on today, and I think he's down to one Cargo Juggernaut and two of the wing security guards. So do we just waylay here? If we waylay though, does Luke drop to the ground? I think it does, right? Let's test it. Yeah, it does. I had someone explain about the Luke, let's just claim, versus of why they liked it. And they explained it to me. Imagine having like an A-wing or something in space, but then having like a general's blade on it. But then when you defeated that unit with the general's blade, that general's blade popped down to another unit on the ground. I think that kind of explains why the Luke unit is so good as a pilot. All right, if he wing leaders here, we can return the Luke. So I think we just play the Peacekeeper here. If he comes out with the Darksaber, we will be in a little bit of trouble here. I don't know if it was correct what we did with the waylay, because we missed hitting an X-Wing, but we were going to hit a hit for 6, so I'm not sure there if that was correct or not. It's all on him. We've claimed initiative here, so let's see what he decides to do. Bring Sabine out. Please no Darksaber. Yeah, so we really got stung here because we can't tap that okay, well, he hit that unit, saved us so much damage there. All right, let's get rid of the A-wing. So our decision here is, I think we blue leader into Luke. And then if he doesn't kill Padme, we can hit into base and reduce Sabine down by 3. Yeah, well, any unit is attached effectively gains when defeated or returned to hand, created a 3/2 ground unit. So it seems pretty good. Yeah, it probably explains why the Luke unit is very expensive as a rare. And a lot of Sabine lists have they've taken the Chewies into the sideboard and left the Lukes as now the preferred unit, and it's really a reflection of where the meta is at the moment. Okay, so here comes Poe. Poe's going to hit into Padme and discard a card to hit blue leader. We'll hit him with X-Wing. They will hit with Sabine. We'll claim. We'll then waylay Poe. Let's hit him for 2. We'll waylay Poe, and then we're really getting stung by this Sabine. We really need something like a bamboozle here. Be good to explain why I only ever pulled one. Exactly. I've got quite a few loops, actually. Been quite lucky on that one. All right, so I think we waylay the Poe. We really needed our Bamboozle for that Darksaber. Taking 6 a turn is going to really put us on a clock here. All right, let's exhaust this X-Wing. Yeah, this might be our first loss here. Because it's very hard to counter this level of aggression of the Darksaber. Even when I'm playing Control or when I'm playing Yoda, when I lose against Sabine, most of the time it's because of like a Darksaber's gone unchecked, like it has here. We've got Bamboozle, but we're only quarter way through our deck, so can't really expect to draw it. It'll be interesting to see if he should hit with Poe here to the base. Two sides on Poe can get rid of it. Correct, but I was hoping for a Sentinel or something. Yeah, maybe I should have kept the blue, the two sides, but I knew he's going to attack with Poe to begin with. Sort of puts us in lethal straight away. He's attacked Grogu. Wow, that is makes me want to keep. I hit two sides then. Played a PQ with Ray in Phoenix and Arizona, and lost to Sabine to 2/4 Sabine matchups. Both got the Darksaber. Exactly. So when I'm blue green, the only way I sort of get beat is by the Darksaber. All right, we're gonna hit base. Do we hit base or do we hit Poe here? I'm just gonna hit base. Keep the pressure on. And tap his Sabine down. We do have a U-wing reinforcements here. Hopefully we can hit some decent cards out of that. Yeah, I played an event just before the last Sydney PQ. What's he had a timely? Okay, well that allows him to do 1 damage. All right, we can clear space completely. And it means we can tap one of these. I think I like that a little bit better. So let's ambush into the X-Wing. And we'll shoot the Masterpiece. I still don't know why he attacked the Grogu last. I think he should have hit base, not... The Grogu sure could have tapped Sabine, but like Ackbar tapped Sabine. Now we're presenting 9 damage on the board. Might be a bit too late here. Never seen a Sabine ignore the base this much. Yeah, this guy might be a control player converting to Sabine. All right, so what can we expect to get here? Either way, I think we've got to tap Poe. He's probably got a for a cause. I think we tap Poe and then just try and get a Sentinel with our U-wing. He's going to hit a timely. All right, let's see what our U-wing's got in stock for us. Well, that's not good. That'll basically lose us the game, I think, there. We can shoot some stuff down. We got a wedge, got a Grogu. Yeah, that won't be good enough, unfortunately. Let's just take a Grogu and then just shoot the red 5 down for a bit of fun. And again, that Darksaber, we got hit like 2 or 3 times from the Darksaber is what done us in there. A bamboozle would have been very nice. All right, so we are 1-1. That's our first loss in 12. Oh, here we go, best of 3. So let's test out our sideboard against a Thrawn Red. So we're expecting probably lots of damage here. Okay, we didn't get 2/2 drops here, so I am going to mulligan. So now we've got the Grogu, the Delegate, the A-Wing, so that's really good. I think choose sides is really good in this matchup. Don't know about Grogu. Let's keep Grogu and let's get rid of the home one. We have 3 in the deck. Let's start with the Delegate. See what we get. We've got a Plo Koon. He got probably the best start that he could get. Right, so we're going to tap the Delegate and then we can play 8 cards. So we'll play the Timely. Right, let's exhaust the Delegate and see what he's got for us. Let's play the Grogu. Would have liked the Sanctioner shuttle for this Krennic. Wow. Okay. Self-destruct. Sure. All right, let's get rid of the Bamboozle. Thrawn Red might be the fastest villainy deck. Well, he's had a very fast start already against us. This time I'm going to take out that Stormtrooper. Just take the damage on the base. So he's at 4, so you can play something for 5 with a when defeated effect. Saw one running clone cohort upgraded the other night. Wow, you haven't seen anyone run clone cohort. Oh, okay. He's going to run arm to the teeth. This is a very aggressive build. All right, let's just exhaust that for now. Give ourselves another turn. We do have the blue leader that can come down. We've got the Plo Koon. Another Delegate. I'm not sure I've seen this build with like all of those tiny units. Kind of feels like you're relying on Krennic quite a bit to play them out and then just like arm to the teeth and Very aggressive. Okay, so let's pop the shield on this one. Just interested to see which way he's gone. Okay, so he got to play his Ruthless Raider. All right, let's play the blue leader and take out the Chronic. Bamboozle is okay here as a emergency tap. Choose sides. We're not that far away from a choose sides. Get rid of a Plo Koon. Feel like I need that Sentinel. Right, Daring Raid. I think do we just tap his Ruthless Raider? Or do we just build our fleet out? It's going to hit us for 4, take us to 19. No, I think it's only 4 damage. Let's build our fleet out a bit more. He's going to exploit. Very aggressive. Now the question is, do we tap Thrawn down? While we hit it? Save us 4 damage. Right, I'm not going to. All right, let's claim. The Bright Hope is good. Kira's also good. Let's get the Sanctioner Shuttle. Don't have much heal in this deck. Let's take Thrawn out. Let's have a look at what's in his hand. So he's got a no glory, only results. Let's take that one out. I hear Kylo Tarkin Town is pretty fun. Yes, it is. It is extremely fast, the Kylo Tarkin Town. Let's hit base. We'll tap our own unit. And we'll play an Echo Base Defender and then pass. We're at the stage where we can choose sides if he plays something big, and we'll give him this favorable delegate, which has a negative penalty on the when defeated. Would a card like Swoop Down make sense in this deck for attacking the ground? A little bit, but you've probably got better options. Those Plu Resistance squadrons are so good for doing that kind of damage. Well, we can make a great trade here. So I am going to attack with the delegate. I am going to choose sides. I'm going to give him the delegate and take the malevolence. Kira is going to kill the delegate and make him discard a card. So he loses that no glory. Or bravado now. And now we talked about we didn't have any restore. We've got restore now. The ultimate troll move that was. All right, we'll tap our Echo base, and then hit him with the X-Wing. Our Echo base was -4 from the Malevolence. Yeah, so that was a huge turn. Like, he can still, if he has a Devastator or something, he's still in with a shot here. No. Alright, so we clawed that one back, 2-1. Let's go to the next game. I think we do have like, no, we've got 3 choose sides in the main. Let's have a look. Is he ready? No. It was meant to be a best of 3. He created it, and now he just disconnected after losing like that. Alright, so I assume I need to just go back to the main arena then. Alright, those both look like the new set. Yeah, so what would we have brought in against that? Maybe a salvage. It was very, very aggressive. I think an Amphi's Nest instead of the Han would have worked. Maybe a home 1 out. Amphi's Nest would be very strong because it had like Ruthless Raiders and things like that. Maybe a spare the target as well for the waylay. Alright, we have a Boba 2 yellow, so expect lots of ambush in this one. Alright, so 2 drops. We did not get 2, we only got 1, so let's try again. So the Kindly Hermit, another Baddest Batch player. Maybe it's Adam, who I know does play Boba 2 yellow. Alright, let's get rid of choose sides and one of the blue leaders. Oh, Liam. We're now playing Liam, so he's got the stream muted apparently, or is he's coming to stream snipers? So he's got the Admiral. So the Admiral was one thing that I was using in Raid recently. I'll get rid of the blue leader. Can Liam take take a win off us here? Alright, so he's going to make that a 3. I think we're okay with that. We'll just exhaust our Grogu and create an X-Wing here. And we'll play another V-Wing. Alright, I don't think we need the guard. Alright, let's take the Peacekeeper. Oh, he had us ready with this blue leader to take that back. I think we exhaust here. And we'll take care of the blue leader there as well. Alright, Kira. We don't need 2 Kiras. We're getting hit by the blue leaders quite a bit here. Let's have a look at his hand. Let's say the modded cohort. Let's exhaust the X-Wing. Alright, so let's claim. I think I'll keep the Bamboozle in case he does have some big weapon here. Alright, I think I'm going to kill the Peacekeeper. We'll just keep working on building our fleet out here. We have got the timely for eventually when we get our blue resistance. All right, so let's exhaust the X-Wing. We know he had a modded cohort, so I would expect that potentially he could run that into Ackbar here. Right, he has a Echo-based defender. All right, so let's take that out. Do we want to exhaust a unit and give him an X-Wing? I don't think so. All right, let's claim. All right, that worked out pretty good. All right, we can get rid of Bamboozle because we're just about to shoot this Boba with the squadron. Or do we go for a U-Wing and try and get a Han or a Han or a Plo Koon? I think that's a fairly sure bet to hit one of those. We didn't, but we got the blue squadron anyway. And then we want to look for a 3. So let's go Echo-based defender. All right, so I think we can just claim here and we will choose sides on that Tantive. All right, let's get rid of a V-Wing. We'll play choose sides. We'll give him an X-Wing and we'll take the Tantive. You play another Tantive out. All right, we can exhaust the blue squadron. Let's hit in a base for 4. All right, so he's claimed, so I think we can just kill the Tantive off now and kind of reset space a little bit. We don't think we need the shuttle now. We're getting to the stage where we're hitting home ones though, so this is a mirror match in terms of colors though, which is interesting. Could be a potential turn where I can play a wedge, because wedge is going to be protected by the Echo base. It'll boost our ships up. Right, that's cool. All right, so I think we play wedge. Boost our ships up out of range. Okay, he's going to surprise strike. We can exhaust our own one here and ambush in. And then we can ambush in with the other X-Wing as well. And then pass. So we're at the stage here where we can play a massive timely reinforcements here. If he resources the 10, we can play a timely and summon 5 X-Wings all with ambush. Well, we could have, but we got done by the Amphi's Nest here. So what can we do against Amphi's Nest? We could play our timelies out, I think. Let's play our timelies out. We can then also hit with the blue squadron into Amphi's nest, and we can also run the echo base in to clear it out. All right, so let's hit it for 4. Let's hit it for 4. Okay, let's clear Amphi's out as well. Don't get to use our ability, unfortunately, this turn. Similar to when we're playing Ray, I'm trying to get to that magic sort of 7 resources. So I don't think we need Grogu at this stage. Sorry, with home 1, trying to get to 12 resources. Blue leader works quite well against us when playing against Boba because of the extra power that it's like a 4-3 ambusher. Is there any reason to do home 1 here? I don't think so. There's nothing really we want. Other than maybe a Kira. Yeah, let's do the Kira. I'm interested to see what he has in his hand. So he has a change of heart. So let's specify that. All right, so he's got a Chewbacca there. So I think we just claim, and then we'll open up with a U-Wing. We'll try and hit, well, we just hit a Plo Koon there anyway. So we can Plo Koon into Chewbacca. We'll restore 1 because of the home 1. And then he'll let Arquiden into our home 1, which means we lose it forever, unfortunately. All right, so let's finish off the Arquiden. All right, let's play Wedge, hit into base, and tap out like that. So got quite a strong board. But he's had the answers each time we've built up. So for those just joining, we are practicing for the Sydney PQ this weekend. We're trying out Ackbar, which was the winner of the poll. The deck list is in the chat and in the description of the video. All right, so he's going to change heart on our Wedge. So I think we just Han into that. And then just play another Wedge out and just keep pushing. He has no super laser blast or anything like that. And now we've got even our Anakin for the jumping across the different ships. Now the other Ackbar list that was ran in the UK also ran hotshot blasters. I don't have them in this list, but you can see this would be a scenario where potentially it would be good. Let's finish this one up. All right, so that moves us to 3-1. We'll have Liam back in the chat soon. He can tell us how that game went from his side of things. What have we got? A Sabine best of 3. But a Sabine Tarkentown. Okay, well, he just disconnected straight away. GG, Liam. That Arquiden was big when it came out. I mean, the Arquiden in that Boba deck can hit for, what does it hit for? Is it a 7/8? So, but he can hit it for a +1 to 8. So they can take out what do you call it? Avengers. All right, let's play a Palp. Palp yellow. Maybe he'll give us a go. No. All right, let's just click the find game button. All right, Jimbo 12 running Darth Vader yellow, which is, I've been steamrolled a few times against this deck. We have a very good hand in terms of having answers to what the Vader could have. Not a good hand in terms of building a fleet, but I'm actually going to keep this because we've got a few key cards in this matchup. One is the Blue Leader. Second is the Bamboozle for the Vader flip. So I'm going to get rid of the Plo Koon and the U-Wing. I'm going to start with Leia. Just ran out of gas. I wanted to use Amphis to bounce the 10T, but you took it back to my hand, but you traded and spoiled my plans. Yeah. Yeah, it's being able to it's got 3 choose sides in the deck, so it's quite quite good when you see units like that. All right. Wow, that's got to be a mistake, right? Like, maybe that's all he had, because he knows that one way that I get out of this sort of matchup is if I could Blue Leader the non-token unit. All right, let's run in and hit the mining TIE fighter. I remember then when these were running, I think it was Boba was running these. All right, let's hit for base. He's got to trade in with the Blue Leader, doesn't he, here? Yeah. All right, so let's claim. I don't think we need the guard, but the card draw would be interesting here. All right, so let's tap Leia and generate an X-Wing. Then we're going to run into the Victor Leader here. Also, I completely forgot the change of heart costs more. Was going to use Wedge. Yeah, it cost more because of Kira out at the time. All right, so let's run the Blue Leader in. And then we'll claim and see what he's got for us. Maybe the Clone Escort, that big ship. Clone Combat Squadron, that's the one. Gotta think Home 1 might be useful in this matchup. Okay, so what do we do here? I think we send the X-Wing into the Victor Leader. Do you have clear the field in the side for this matchup? Yes, I do have clear the field for this matchup. Right, well, I'm tempted just to shoot the TIE fighter here. So option is that Leia could block, or I could just shoot the TIE fighter. Just make it a little bit smaller. It'll put 3 damage on it. You really can't trade against us. So we'll claim. All right, we don't need 2 Home 1s here. All right, let's kill the small TIE fighter. Make him put Vader on, because he will threaten a Blue Leader here. All right, let's deploy Ackbar. Yes, clear the field is in the side. All right. Let's play the V-Wing. Kind of in a rough position here. All right, let's exhaust. All right, let's claim. I don't think we need Grogu. Too many ships here. Too many ships. All right, let's bamboozle that one and put Vader back. He'll hit us for 9. I think we've got to start trying to clear up some of these ships. All right, let's clear that one. We can put Chewbacca on the ship here, which might be a better ploy here. Take out the Death Space Skirmisher. Might be too little too late because of that Clone Combat Squadron, but we shall see. All right, let's attack and we'll tap Leia. All right, claim. Yeah, if he didn't have that clone combat that time that he ran into it, like, we might have had more of a chance, but let's see how we go. All right, so let's attack again. We have to tap this Clone Combat Squadron, unfortunately. You'll probably attack with this Lurking TIE, which it does. I'll play that. Hit with the blue leader. I think we've already lost because you can just claim. We played another clone comp. Yeah. All right, let's restore again. We need our clear the field, I think, for this matchup. Let's hit into there. We don't die in one hit. Well, timely's good. Unfortunately, we can't keep the choose side. Will the timely be enough to save us here? So let's timely. He only had 6, so just... All right, so... One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Got 4 units attacking. So we can tap his big unit here to exhaust, but it will give him another 2, but Will it give us some more breathing room? We ran out of time then. All right, so let's get in the base. We'll tap his unit. I'm not sure if that's correct, but because it did give him another unit. We have to kill these big units, right? Do we? Timer. Yeah, it was the timer. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. So we're going to do 7 damage. How much have we got? We've got 13, 14. Yeah, we've got enough to kill him. I don't even know why I'm counting it out. We had lethal on board. That timely reinforcements was timely indeed. All right. I feel like we got out of jail on that one. That I wasn't even seeing the lethal on the board. All right, let's find another game. On to green, so this should be fun. Big number panic is real. Happens to me all the time. Exactly, yeah. I feel like playing in person and not having that 1 minute timer, I could have taken my time on that. All right, we've got plenty of options here. We won't mulligan. We've got Padme. We've got the delegate. Leia. All right, let's get rid of the A-wing and... All right, let's get rid of Leia for now. Let's play the delegate down. What's he going to cheat out here? I'm not looking forward to the next set where they're going to be start cheating out like that big frog thing. All right, I think we can get rid of the Peacekeeper here. All right, let's tap the delegate and then play a Padme out. All right, so let's claim. We don't have a space unit, so we can't trigger this one yet. The Sanctioner shuttle we can't use. The Coruscant Guard we can use. All right, let's get rid of Anakin. All right, let's resolve the ambush. If I was him, I would make me discard. The reason being that I have the delegate as well here. All right, let's exhaust our delegate. And then we will claim. We can get rid of the skirmisher here. If they do have a spawn of Ogdo from the second game, it will be even worse. Yeah, the Ogdo Bogdo, yeah, is going to be rough next set. All right, so let's. Well, we could play Coon. We're not going to get an X-wing if we do. We could Padme and hit into the defender, but it's not going to kill it. So let's just play Coon, I think. And then the delegate can kill Mon Mothma. And then Padme can make his Han -3. Have I played the Fallen Order Survivor games? Only about halfway through. I never actually finished them. Right, he plays a Bright Hope, so we can just hit into base for 1. If Han comes out, we'll attack for base and give Han -3. And we can just claim here. He must have really wanted that Mon Mothma now because Plo Koon's just going to be able to wipe out Han. So, yeah, I am not sure on that one. Let's get rid of Grogu. All right, we'll finish off Han. You have to be careful for, well, it would have been Mace there, but Han's gone back into his cage. All right, blue leader come down. Is it going to hit the favorable delegate or the Padme? Okay, the delegate. All right, that's fine. I think we'll just start by exhausting our X-Wing here. And then drop a defender out. Drop a Ackbar. And we can finish off this blue leader here by running Padme in, giving the blue leader -3, and then sending our Ackbar in as well. We'll keep the layer. I don't want to get down to not many cards left against a red deck here. We do have Ewing, which is great. All right, Padme can just finish off Mon Mothma here. We could expect we have to expect the Crate Dragon at some point. So there is the Mace that I was talking about. So let's play a Ewing. It's not a great Ewing, if I was going to be honest. I think it's just going to have to be an Echo base and a Kira here. I was hoping for a Plo Koon or a Han. All right. So what are we going to say here? Let's say Poe Dameron, because that it's going to hit 2 cards in his deck, and we know he's got 1 in his hand at the moment. All right. Had I known that was going to be the draw, I would have hit Mace with Ackbar. There's one Padme in the deck and she's doing all this damage. Yeah, Ogdo from the first game, they made a harder version called Spawn of Ogdo. But the second game, they made you fight both at the same time. Nearly broke a controller for that day. Yeah, I was wondering where he was from. That makes total sense. That he is from that game. Yeah, I like how they're just drawing it from all kinds of parts of Star Wars now. All right, let's wait and see what he's going to do. Probably can get rid of the Chewbacca here. So we can blue leader and run. We can pull back a. What can we pull back? No, we haven't had a blue leader yet. We can just pull back an Echo based defender. See, wow, he paid a lot for that Poe. All right, let's hit him with Padme first, and we'll make the Bright Hope -3. Still holding on to some hope for Nihilus, Theon, and Kreia from Knights of the Republic 2. Yeah, well, what are we at? Coming into set 5? Like, if they're at 9, 10, designing 9 and 10 at the moment, and they've already gone into, Revan and that, then yeah, I think you could expect to see characters like that in the future. Right, we are waiting for this Han player. He's undid the action. Okay, and he's reverted back. Let's get rid of Leia. He changed his action then. All right. Play a defender. Not this set, you won't get them. They announced all the Legends cards already. Oh, okay. 15 this set. Legends. Let's hit in a base. We'll make the K2. -3. This Padme is destroying. All right, Kira can take the extra damage. Ackbar can hit in. He'll make me discard. We'll get rid of the Chewbacca. And then pass. We've got Han blue leader here. That's a good draw. Reverting turns is not on unless you do everything the same up to the mistake you made. Yeah. I don't really care. This is practice. If you didn't really understand what Padme, not everyone knows what Padme does. I played a ton of Limited in set 3, so I'm quite familiar with these Twilight cards. All right, let's hit into base. We'll make the Fleet Lieutenant -3. Yeah, this Padme is destroying. There's only one in the deck, but maybe it should be more. Maybe it should be 2. I don't know what you would cut for. Maybe the V-Wing, the Y-Wing here. Is it V-Wing? Yeah, Hotshot V-Wing. Maybe you could trim that down. All right, Kira will hit in here. Everything lines up really well for us here. Reverting immediately after is fine, but down the line and then doing the whole turn is basically just cheating. Yeah. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do it in a tournament, but here, if it makes him happy, if he didn't realise, it's fine. There was no extra board information that he actually got. Like I didn't play a card, just that I attacked with Padme, so. Alright, let's attack. We'll tap the Echo base, and then the home one. We'll run in. Yeah, so we've got Wedge, we've got Anakin, we've got so many choices here. Probably resource Anakin. I'm trying to get to that 9, that 10 for the home one. Alright. Okay, he's going to play Timely. I think we just hit base here, and we just tap his unit down. We've got 4, 11, 13. So that's game. Oh no, I forgot. He's on the 13 base. What am I doing? Right, let's play Wedge down. So we get that extra damage to finish him off. And fittingly, it was Padme that did the killing blow on that one. Change that to 5-1. Yeah, if we were to put an extra Padme, maybe the V-Wing goes out and the Padme goes in, because that was brutal. Something to consider for the weekend. Everything else, I haven't really played the Chewie too much, but I like just having one Chewie in case we get villainy. This deck is good if piloted right, it seems. Yeah, I mean, I've had a lot of practice on this deck now, so I've been playing it for a few weeks, so that obviously helps to know the lines. And then, it depends on the matchups and that. Like, I think our loss was the Sabine that ran away with the Darksaber. It didn't hit our Bamboozle or anything like that. So yeah, and then in terms of ultra competitive decks, well, we've had a couple like the Hantu is Data Vault's a good deck, but some of the others, like we played a Bo-Katan Blue or something, and it wasn't that good. I had a good matchup against Liam when we played Boba 2, so yellow, so it was like a mirror matching colors. But that deck is at the fringes, the same as this. I think with a technically infinite number of 2/2s in space, Padme gives you a bit more. Yeah, I think I will add a Padme in and drop a V-Wing. All right, so we do not have two drops here, so let's mulligan. We didn't get it again. So Bamboozle's really good in this matchup, because we are playing the new Han here. Timely's good. Kira's good. All right, get rid of the Plo Koon and the choose sides, I think. Let's play Anakin. And then pass. Alright, so now we've started to hit some cards that we want. Let's get rid of Kira. We'll tap Anakin and play the V-Wing. Exhaust Anakin. If he attacks here, we will claim. If we can get a shuttle on this. On this Colvanth, I think we'd... Okay, another shuttle. Seems very good. We want to take control of the space so he doesn't get a good flip here. Okay, that's going to be very hard if he's running blue leaders in. All right, what can we do here? We could... Because if he attacks that and uses Han's ability, we're in trouble. All right, let's... do we take the blue leader here or do we take the Colvanth? I think we got to take the blue leader, right? Yeah, mind the timer again. Yeah. We have to clear space out. We cannot let him have a good flip into into next turn. A good flip is being able to put a pilot on the ship. All right, so let's claim. All right, we have a bamboozle, so even if he flips onto one of these, we're okay. Let's get rid of the skirmisher. All right, let's kill the Vanguard Ace. See what he puts onto this this Y-wing. If we dominate space, then there's no way that he can get a deploy. Well, okay. Well, we'll take that ship then and hope he doesn't have a Falcon. We'll spare the target hurts. All right, let's exhaust our X-Wing. Let's play the bamboozle. We're going to discard a cunning card and put Han back in there. Okay, well, that's a big Vanguard Ace. All right, we can play timely though. He didn't resource. He's going to stay at 5. It's interesting. Well, we better off playing a Bright Hope then. Let's see what he does. I'm interested to see what he does here. Because we can flip the Ackbar out. Let's hit for base for 3 and create another X-Wing. He drops something on the Falcon, we'll play the timely. Yeah. Here's where a blue squadron would come in really handy. All right, let's claim to take out that Vanguard Ace, or probably the Falcon actually. All right, so we've got Grogu. He has resourced up this time. Start with Timely again. Okay, let's take out the blue leader. All right, let's take the opportunity to kill the Falcon while we can. All right, let's hit the Y-Wing. Let's make him use it. Okay, he does. Let's tap one of our X-Wings. And we play the Grogu. And we also have the Bright Hope to bounce as well. Okay, we need our U-Wing or a home one or something now as well. This Cobb Vanth has got him so much value this game. All right, blue leader's good. We go blue leader and then pick up this. Yeah, I think so. I think our blue leader has to hit Plo Koon. All right, we want to exhaust Cobb here. We don't want him running in. Yeah, he's got lots of value out of the bounties in this one because he had spare the target and out of, yeah. Cobb Vanth and those bounties have hurt us this game. All right, so, I'll just capture the Falcon here. Means Maz could grow wild at the moment, but step away for a minute and the first other Vanguard Ace gets played. I actually used to play Vanguard Ace in Han 1 Green in first set. It was actually quite decent as sort of that third card played out of U-Wing reinforcements. Okay, the wedge is pretty good. All right, so we can exhaust Maz here. If he plays something big, we've got choose sides. We'll give him that X-Wing and take and play the bounty game against him. Okay, let's play wedge then. Ooh, we want that? I think we do. Let's claim. We can't bounce it, but we can choose sides it. We're going to give him this X-Wing. All right, that's enough for him. After that, choose sides, 6-1. Yes, that was brutal, that one. Oh, did we have a Ray there? That'll be a fun best of three. A Ray, yep. Let's see if we can get a best of three going against Ray Datavolt. All right, so we've got our two drops, not the best ones, but enough to get going. So we won't mulligan. We know that Ray is a little bit weak in space, so we can attack space there. Now, what do we resource? Maybe the Bright Hope and the Echo Base. I don't think the Echo Base is not great because of R2. R2 ends up being like a 3-6 and just gets a great trade against you. All right, let's start with the A-Wing. Probably our much better options thanks to can't be blue leaded that quickly. All right, so it's going to keep pushing space. I'm going to exhaust this to start with. Then I'm going to exhaust my unit. All right, the waylay is decent. I actually prefer it will spare the target. There was talk when the guy gave his interview after the first PQ, and he's like, yeah, the waylays and that should just be spare the targets. All right, so what do we just do we just waylay the Yoda here? I think that's better. Interesting. All right, well, exhaust there. Let's hit in a base. He's going to trade with that anyway. There was no point for me specifically trading into it. Ackbar's going to hit over the top. Well, I think we can exhaust the blue leader. Oh, well, maybe we should have exhausted the... No, it's fine. He's going to build up a fair bit of restore on the ground here. We'll take the blue leader out. I think I should have saved myself 3 damage on that one. I mean, waylay versus spare, that depends on the matchup. Yeah, so if you're expecting a lot of Bosk and bounties in that, then yeah, sure, go for the what do you call it, waylay. But if not, then you spare the targets. All right, let's exhaust our A-Wing here. Let's hit with Ackbar. Let's get Ackbar out and get him going. Let's hit into Ackbar. We'll tap that skirmisher. That seems like a mistake. I thought he was going to play a village protector. All right, let's take Plo Koon out and take out Ray. Because he still had 3 left. Like, I thought he was just setting up for a village protector. He should have played Yoda instead. All right, we can get rid of the guard here. So I think Plo Koon. Either way, we're going to probably lose Ackbar here to Luke. But we got to choose sides. Oh, that kind of worked out good for us. We'll take out that Ackbar. We'll tap an X-Wing. All right, he's going to take down. All right, let's take out the blue leader. It's kind of going to give us an unfettered, like, reinforcement, U-wing reinforcements here. Yeah, I should have played that first in case I hit a, all right, I'm going to hit a, what do you call it, a wedge. All right, I'm going to play Echo Base, and I'm going to play Kira. I'm going to try and block what's in his hand. Wow, he has nothing. All right, so we're going to say Luke Skywalker. Okay, I am going to... it's a tough call, this one. Because the U-wing, the timely reinforcements are so good. The favorable delegate is so good with the choose sides. So I think it has to be the shuttle. The shuttle could have taken Yoda. What would you say is this deck's worst matchup? Super fast or super control? I'd probably say super fast. Something like a Kylo or even Sabine has been the match that we've lost. All right, so let's take out Yoda. Give him a card draw. He's going to bring out U-wing. Can't play Luke. So he could play some droids here and an Ackbar. So I'm going to try and get on stream. So the Baddest Batch are going to be streaming this on the weekend. So I've told them, get me on stream for this deck. I want to see if I can get a win on stream. All right, so there's nothing really for us to home one here. And that's a difficult unit for us to handle. So I'm going to play a delegate and see what we draw. Okay, so that's a good draw for us. That we can blue leader now and drop it down onto the ground. And the skirmisher can hit in. And we can continue to build our fleet up here. Right, so we'll start with the blue leader. Drop him down. Oh, I did that the wrong. Oh, it's not report bug. We want to change to ambush first. Resolve the ambush attack and then add the 2 experience on. Okay. Right, we just keep pushing here. We'll pop the shield. We'll exhaust an X-Wing and then hit in for 2. Okay, so Grogu can go. Keep wanting to know what's in his hand. So let's just keep pushing damage. Mon Mothma. Home 1, they're going to draw now. That's fine, so let's hit him with the delegate. He'll play a home 1, we'll steal it, and then give him the delegate back. Okay, blue leader, that's fine. Seems like a fair trade to me, that one. Let's hit in the base. We'll create another X-Wing. All right. Yeah, these V-Wings haven't been too good. Right, another home one. Right, I think we're Ewing here and try and get a, well, let's try and get a wedge. We do. Or we've got a resistance squadron. No, let's go wedge with Padme. Make all our ships huge. Hello, Salush. We are playing Ackbar Data Vaults. We're trying to practice for the PQ on the weekend. What did he do? Entrenched blue leader. Okay. All right. I think that's game anyway, right? I think he said GG, didn't he? Yep. Yeah, that choose sides was clutch in that matchup. All right, so let's go. We've now got an opponent that's first opponent all night that's allowed us to move on to the next game. So what is good in this matchup? So I don't think Bamboozle is good. So let's take out the Bamboozles. Let's bring in a Han and an Enfy's Nest. Seems pretty good. All right, we are 7-1. 2 more games to go. We're not going to get the 10 zip that we got yesterday, but hopefully we can get another win or two out and keep our win percentage pretty high with this deck. All right, so what we're looking for here is 2/2 drops because we want to play under curve. We want to play first unit, 2 drop, second turn, tap to generate next swing, and then play another 2 unit. We've only got 1 here, so let's roll the dice and go again. You can see now we've got Leia, now we've got the A-Wing. We've got a follow-up, which is the Echo-based Defender, so the Peacekeeper's not really good here. And then the Wedge is better out of a U-Wing. He was my first leader from JTO. I tried playing, but it didn't seem that playable to me. Are you talking about Ackbar, Salush? All right, so let's play the A-Wing again. All right, let's claim. Wow, there's some good units here. There is some very good units. All right. Is Enfys better or Han better in this matchup? Because we really want to keep this blue squadron. Let's try the Enfys out. It's got Saboteur. We could get stuck behind Village Protectors. Yeah, I always thought Akbar's trying to catch Chopper's body count 17-1 over 2 nights. Exactly. I always thought Ackbar was pretty good when I looked at him, and then no one played him, and it was like no one had much success. Everyone was going, you need a leader that pilots. All right, we'll ready a resource. I think we played that wrong. I was chatting then. I should have exhausted, and then went. So all right, so let's claim. Get rid of Anakin. All right, let's think about this one now. So we're going to get a tap regardless because he can't kill both of them. So are we better off playing the Echo-based Defender? Or are we better off capturing, letting him kill it with Blue Leader, and then hitting the Clone Deserter again for another card? That might be better. Let's capture the Clone Deserter. We'll get a card for that. He'll run Blue Leader into it. No. We'll exhaust Leia and we'll get another card. He may have another Blue Leader coming out. No, he doesn't. Right, so let's claim. All right, let's get rid of the delegate there. All right, so let's start by tapping layer. If he runs the Peacekeeper into layer, we'll immediately... Well, not immediately, okay. All right, so if we kill this shuttle, he'll get his deserter back. I think we're okay with that. All right, so let's claim. We'll try and get a blue leader or something like that. We didn't. I don't think the Peacekeeper's too good. All right, I'm going to exhaust an X-Wing. I'm going to deploy Ackbar, and I'm going to try and kill this clone deserter. Well, we got done by the village protectors. Let's hit into the village protectors. Tap an X-Wing. This is where him as the Ray play, you really need to extend the plays out for Ray. All right, so let's hit him with the squadron. All right, let's draw a card. And then we should see Ray come out. And if he hits him with Ray, we can... All right, he's going to entrench the protectors. Okay. Well, that's interesting because it'll make him prone to bounce. The amphies can't bounce them anymore. But the Han is going to be able to... I don't think we need the Bright Hope. So let's start with the Han. Let's see if he has a Luke. If he has a Luke, then we're going to be able to choose sides at next turn anyway. All right, so Ray's going to hit in. I think we need to kill Ray just because of all the restore. Let's start hitting into base here. Right, so now he's played Luke out, so let's claim. What can we do here? We can choose sides and take the Luke. That seems pretty good. Oops. We are change sides the wrong. Do we change sides the delegate? Yeah. Choose sides, I mean, not change sides. He has to kill the Ackbar here, right? Like, yeah. Now, I can kill the delegate and make him discard a card, but then if he has a Luke, he's just going to be able to Luke back out. Let's see what he does. All right, let's make him discard a card then. If he's got it, he's got it. Yeah. All right, I think we just claim here. We're not in a rush. He's got so much restore that what we can do is, let's get rid of Grogu. We can space skirmisher the Luke. And we can blue leader that deserter. Not what we wanted to see was that. At least it's all going to be in space here. I think we're going to have to trade in the majority here. So we're going to trade 7 into home 1. Okay, blue leader's another good one here. All right, so we can Enfy's Nest, the Peacekeeper. Ewing's going to come out. We're going to have to Echo base here. He's going to draw Tech. All right, so I think we need to kill Tech. He's going to claim, so we drop the Echo base. And we hit into his base. Don't need the Kira. Right, I think we kill the Luke and return the Yoda. Another Ewing. If it is a Luke, we will be able to handle it. It's matches like this is the reasons why I get draws all the time. Okay, so that's quite a good draw for him. Why is he playing Dispatcher? Okay, let's shuttle the Village Protectors. Let's Coruscant Guard the Dispatcher. And we'll blue leader the Ackbar. We'll tap an X-Wing. And hit in. Okay, the shuttle's a good one again. Same with the Echo-based Defender, but we're lacking sort of our closing here. All right, let's kill the Yoda. Would be nice if we could get a home 1 or something here. All right, let's just tap an X-Wing. I have no idea what he's got in his hand here. Let's capture the Ackbar. Right, and then he's going to hit the Luke. We'll play the Defender, and we'll keep Leia in our hand. So we're just holding on here. Let's pass. Let's see what he's got. He's going to hit us with a takedown. So we can't stop both of them. So we're going to have to play a U-wing and try and get something to stop here. So U-wing. No, we got a blue leader, so we can clear the village protectors, but we needed a layer or something like that, I think. We just got outvalued by the, yeah. What do I think he sighted? I don't know. He drew like two or three Ewings and then all three Lukes. So I am not sure what he sighted. The Amphis was good. The Han was good. I think the spare target we take over the Waylay, just because he builds up those those clone ones. Yeah, he just sort of out-tempoed us a little bit on that one. Where's those bamboozles? There we go. All right, we'll start first. We couldn't quite catch up. Nearly got it, though. I think if we had to hit like a home one or something with restore, we would have clawed that one back. Okay, so that seems fine. We won't mulligan. Also, what was critical for him was getting blue leaders, and he was able to get blue leaders on that one. All right, so let's get rid of the Anakin. Again, we drew our two big ones, so let's get rid of a Han. All right, let's start with the A-Wing. Flame. All right, this time we exhaust before we do the tapping. Unfortunately, I have to lose a blue leader here. So we exhaust the deserter. I mean, it is really brave playing a deserter. I don't know if I would sort of enter this matchup, but it kind of worked for him last matchup. All right, pass. We can get rid of a peacekeeper here. All right, so we can exhaust the deserter. And just continue to build our fleet up. Wow, even choose sides here. Like, this is an unfortunate draw, the way things have come out. Because I really want the Amphi's Nest, and the blue leader's good. But we've got two squadrons, so I think I'm going to be okay with not having a blue leader here. All right, do we blow up the Ackbar here then? All right, let's just exhaust one of our... Because we've got 6 now. If he drops Ray out... Well, now we've got 5. All right, so let's blow up the deserter here. All right, now we've got the protectors. Now we've got Ray. Oh, wow, that was a mistake. Let's get rid of Plo Koon. We're going to be able to one-shot Ray here now. Let's see if he's got the Lukes this time. What did he play? Traitorous. On the wrong unit here. I think he should undo that. Like, why would he put it on the... Yeah. He put it on... Yeah, if he's doing traitorous, he needs to redo it there. All right, so let's take out the blue leader. Well, hang on. Let's take out the one he just traitorous. with our squadron. Okay, all right, well, he's just going to push damage by the looks of it. Trade into that blue leader. All right, let's pass. All right, we've got our favorite little swap here, which is the delegate. Let's get rid of the shuttle. Let's play the Amphi's Nest. We'll bounce the Ackbar back. But now we'll take out his protectors and summon X-Wing. Let's just hit into his base here. Thanks for the stream. Been wondering about what about Mon Mothma in this? Are there enough rebels? There is nowhere near enough rebels in this deck. If we look at this deck here, how many rebels? We've got Leia, Blue Leader, Bright Hope, one Chewbacca, Wedge, and Home One. Yeah, that's not enough. I've got a video on the channel called Mon Mathma, and it talks a little about the mathematics behind some of those cards. All right, so how much have we got here? 8, 10, 15, 17, 19. So we actually do have lethal. Let's play a U-Wing and try and get a... We got another resistance one, which is kind of not what we wanted. So what I was after was a wedge or something there. All right, let's just take his board. So I'm going to shoot the Ackbar and deal 9 damage to Ackbar and then take the, yeah. All right, so we just claim here and then we just choose sides this, right? Or we got enough? We've got 8, 10, 15, 19, yeah. Traders is not as good in Ray anymore. Stealing for 5 rows just to trade into tokens. I cut it for timely. Yeah, I reduced it when I played last weekend. I reduced it down to 2. You kind of need it just for the Han matchups. All right, so let's get rid of an Echo base. All right, let's hit his base for 3. He's going to home 1. He's going to restore 1, but it won't be enough. All right, so we finish off with a best of 3 against Ray Datavolt, and we were able to get through. So there we have it. So that's the stream we've done 18 to 2 over the last 2 days. I think one change we're going to make, and we'll make it now, is this Hotshot Y-Wing. We're going to cut one of them, and we're going to up the Padmes to 2. All right, let's save the deck. What else were we going to do? Spare the target was the other one. So we're looking at Waylay. I'm going to drop Waylay by 1. Or put 1. What do we got? Spare the target. Let's put that in main deck. And then drop Waylay to 1 in main. And actually put 1 more spare the target. Yeah, okay. So let's do it like that. So the changes we made tonight were, now we have 2 Padmes and we have a spare the target in the main next to Waylay. we'll see how that goes tomorrow, but it may end up just being to spare the targets in main. I feel like we haven't needed some of these other cards, like clear the field we definitely need. I'm considering upping that to 2. Cloud Rider is there for the Sabine matchup, but we never really got a best of 3. I cut up a timely good against Chewbacca Pilot, but they just confiscate. That's right. And the other one is against Sabine. So you want to ramp up and then Traitorous when you're playing Ray to take the Sabine piloted ship that they'll hit you with sometimes. But then they just Poe and ECL, and then you're in trouble there. So that's the deck. 18-2 over 2 nights. I'll be back tomorrow night, and we'll see what result we can get to with that one. So thanks for tuning in. If you haven't already, just like the video, and if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I normally do lives like this a couple of times a week, and particularly around tournament season, just use it as practice. And as the new set comes onto the horizon, I will be playing a lot of the new decks, and those decks will be leading straight into Worlds, because the set launches and you've got like 2 weeks to prepare for Worlds. So I have to decide on what deck I'm going to play. So, all right. Well, thanks everyone.